Main event of the South Boston Showdown here tonight. But first off, we're going to get started with the drivers' meeting, which should be starting here shortly. So you can see some death and carnage going on right now, but should be calling them in here shortly and going to get started on the driver introductions. After that, we'll speak to the guys who raced their way in, and I think we might just be getting going here with the drivers' meeting. So. Alright, maybe not. The official word was it was going to start at 10:50, so
Just one more. Okay, get off the track, please.
there we go. If you are unaware of how we do things here, usually the last 10 minutes of or really
Paging Johnny Thomas.
about the last 5 minutes of qualifying, we have a driver meeting here just to discuss some of the rules and such. So just make sure everyone's on the same page. So you can see we're still waiting on Johnny Thomas to exit the track, and once he's off, we'll be ready.
Oh, Johnny.
There he goes.
Yeah, I removed the guy last night. I didn't want to do that to Johnny. But, okay, thanks for racing tonight, guys. We all know what this is. 150 laps here, and, you'll, if you win it, you'll get $30. And you get the choice of whatever track you want for the All-Star race next season. Alright, use your head, be smart. Let's have fun, but let's take this serious. It is a small track, so, don't be too dumb, alright? If you saw the last race we did, there was a guy that spun the tires on lap 1 and wrecked about 3 or 4 different guys. Learn from experience and make sure you don't do that tonight. Keep the chatter off the radio. If you want to have a fight with somebody, do it somewhere else, not in this chat here. We have an off-track official. So he'll be clearing black flags. And just like what we normally do, leader has lane choice, and you can go on pace car, or you can go on green, your choice. And cool down lap means cool down, so go down pit road, and then you can start your Twitter war. Do you have any questions or anything before we do this tonight?
How does pit road work? I understand there's 2 pit roads here.
To limit confusion, we're just going to say to let you pit on your side. It's going to be important for you to make sure which pit road you are on before you grid, so be sure to look at that. So that way you're not juggling, trying to figure it out on like a caution whenever you want to pit.
10-4. Race control radio check.
Alright, it sounds like the drivers' meeting has now just about finished up. So we're going to talk to the second place finisher of last race, the 50-lap race, to get in here. Richard Hines, welcome in, man. That was a pretty interesting 50 laps. Not sure you were the one we saw making it in, but you made it in nonetheless. How was the race for you? Oh, Richard.
Richard, please, not all at one time. Justin, I think we pulled in Dale Owen earlier.
We did, but we're going to talk to the second place finisher first because we got some more info on Dale. So, Richard, like we said, you were the. We're not sure we were the one we saw making it in to the second place spot. Well, like you said, you made it in anyways, and congratulations. How was the heat for you? Because it looked pretty crazy from what we saw.
Well, when I started 15th, I didn't figure I had a chance. But I just tried to save my tires and waited till the end.
Well, it looks like it worked out pretty well for you. Race, you got anything for him?
No, sir. It was a really good race. I definitely didn't have you pick, but I think right there you were definitely in contention. It's unfortunate what happened, but overall, all things expected, it was a pretty good race, and I wish you the best of luck tonight, Richard.
Thank you.
All right, so now we're going to speak to the winner here, and our in-race reporter here tonight, Dale Owen. Dale, you got us?
I got you.
All right, well, last race, no one really had anything for you, so now you're messing with the big dogs here. Did it seem like the track had changed at all from the heat race to tonight?
Yeah, definitely a little bit easier to handle here with the night weather.
All right, race.
Dale, I mean, you were without a doubt fastest in that qualifying race. I think there's really no doubt you'll probably, hopefully, I mean, we'll see how things pan out here. Of course, now we have a different track surface, of course, the new temperature and tire wear. Of course, now we're at nighttime now, so, everything's been shuffled, but there's no doubt you were fast. Of course, you're starting towards, I think, if you qualified in, do you start towards the back here, Justin?
I believe the whole field is randomized just like the other one was, so I don't think it quite matters.
All right. So, I mean, how do you plan to work your way through the field, Dale? I mean, it's clear that it's very constricted here and it's a lot of close race. I mean, do you have a game plan to get to the front, or are you just kind of hoping for attrition, or what?
I'm gonna be patient, that's for sure. I'm in no rush to get up there. I think I will be up there by the end of this thing.
All right. Well, we wish you the best of luck, Dale, and we'll speak to you later.
10-4, thank you. I appreciate it.
Alright, so we're just about 3 minutes away from the start of the All-Star event here tonight, the South Boston Showdown. And it looked like the guys were kind of calming down. It didn't look like the track was as hard to control here tonight, but hoping the guys who watched learned a little bit from the heat race, so we won't have the same problems on the start here tonight. So again, as we said, it'll be 150 laps here tonight, and I believe the field is going to be randomized yet again, but I'm not sure if they're going to have the guys who advanced in the back. I don't believe that will be the case, but we never know. So, as you saw, the sun has gone down here tonight, and we have a black sky. So the lights are on, and that should make for some pretty good short track racing here. It seems like whenever lights come on short tracks, it always seems to be better racing. Would you agree, Race?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I think, of course, I mean, more grip's always going to equal better race, especially at a short track. Hopefully, we don't have any issues with the tire spin. I'm assuming, of course, that was brought up in the drivers' meeting, and I'm sure people, a few people watched our live stream. So hopefully, we take note on the wheel spin and take note on how the racing is and apply it to this evening's race, and we have all-around good race, which I think we can. We have a good group of guys. I've seen them do it. I know we can do it. Let's just see if we do it.
Yep, all these guys have had a previous win here in three-wide racing, so this would be the best of the best in terms of three-wide racing events. And again, it was Dale Owen in the last race basically had the field in hand, but Richard Hines was the surprise. If you didn't catch it last time, it was about 5 laps to go when all hell broke loose in turn 3, and somehow ended up with Richard Hines getting into the second transfer spot. So we could see the same craziness here tonight. I wouldn't count it out. Like we said, short track racing always seems to produce this kind of insane racing, and A-Cars here, I think, just makes it a little bit more crazier. So we're just about, as you can see at the top, just about a minute left here until we start the gridding. Again, it'll be randomized here. And 2 pace laps tonight, and then we set to go for 150 laps. Let's take a quick look at the weather while we have a chance. It changed just a bit. Skies are still partly cloudy here tonight. The air temperature has not changed. It's 74 degrees. The track has cooled off dramatically. That's a 74 degrees. And the humidity still sits about 55%, excuse me. So,
Oh, yeah, no doubt that, near 30-degree track temperature change is definitely going to affect it. And like I said, we'll see. I think the biggest thing to pay attention to when we start is the wheel spin on the restart and the start itself. I really don't want that to be a factor and take out, most likely competitors very earlier. So we'll just have to wait and see. Hopefully, like I said, we've learned our lesson from the first race. It was kind of, in all honesty, what we expected in the first race. This is a very big wild card when it comes to these cars. So I'm excited to see how everything pans out. I'm hoping we get a really good race. Like I've said, we got a group of guys who can do it. We've seen them do it.
So I'm not quite sure if, I believe so. I think we actually have correct scoring tonight. So, well, nope, maybe not. I was assuming Skylar Nissel would have been on the pole, but it looks like the 8 of Richard Lafferty.
And how about that? Dale Owen, the winner
Wow.
of the transfer race, sits second. And I think right there, that's big for him. And I really think he can definitely capitalize on that.
Yes, sir. It'll make it much easier to make up or go through the pack here tonight, as he only really has to pass one car, unless that highline gets kind of shuffled up. So we're just waiting on the rest of the field to grid. As we said, we're going to take 2 pace laps here tonight. Short tracks usually have 2 pace laps here. I think we're getting ready to go. Yes, here we go. So 4th place did actually not grid. So not sure. Okay, so they are EOLing the drivers who did advance on. So they're going to be starting from the back.
I don't entirely disagree with that either. I mean, if you have
either.
to win to get in, I do believe that. That's why I asked the question earlier. I do think you should start from the back. So definitely don't disagree with that.
Yep, so he's going to be in the back. The same with Richard Hines. So, well, we thought it'd be easier to make it through the field, but obviously that's not going to be the case here tonight. They're still going to have to race their way through the field. So we're going to take one more pace lap here, and the pace car is then going to pull in.
Yes, sir. 150 laps, plenty of time to do it. And of course, as much as we don't want it, there is going to be some attrition. It's South Boston. It's iRacing. And that's just the name of the game on this simulation. So I'm looking really forward. I think Richard Laffey's going to be great. To go green here.
And we're green. Any wheel spin in the back of the pack? It does not look like it, so we all win green.
And we've learned our lesson when the wheel spin has been nullified by the temperature.
I would hope so.
Definitely loose. I can see a lot of cars wiggling coming off the exit. Turn 2 is going to be one to watch.
Richard Lafferty has gone out to a pretty good lead here so far.
And of course, you can never ignore Sam Close right there in 3rd place.
Already making a charge through the field here. Looks like the 31 kind of bobbled up everyone back there in the pack, as Paul Ross is going to have to try and work by him now.
Yeah, Brent Miller up there in 2nd place checking things up. How about that?
Looks like he's about to lose a spot here to his teammate. Oh! They get so close here at South Boston, it looks worse than what it really is.
Oh yeah, we'll just call that short track racing.
Yes, sir. So Samuel Close already up to the 2nd position. Tanner Sharp into 3rd. Brett Miller is going to fall back into the 4th. And Corey Lindsay is working on Brent Miller right now for the 4th position, and looks like he's about to take it.
We have a caution.
Yeah, we have a caution out on the track. Taking a look
all
here.
cars look to be going straight, so nothing too severe. I saw some damage on the 26 of Dale Owen. I wonder if it was him. I'll take a look at him. I'll take a look for that wreck.
Oh, yeah, I think he did get tapped just a little bit there.
Yeah, that didn't seem to be the cause of the caution, though. So.
Mike Stevens looks like went around, and that was the cause of the caution, but nobody hit him.
Nice. Okay, not bad. Not bad.
Let's
He's got some rear end damage, but that doesn't mean anything here.
Let's take another look at that. Oh, he tried to make it 3 wide there, and that just wasn't going to work.
Yeah, this is not the track for that. Oh, well.
Looks like he only has some rear end damage, and he's going to be just okay. So we made it through 7 laps here tonight before the first caution, so pretty good so far. And now we got to hope for no wheel spin on this next restart. So I'm taking a look here. I think looks like about 10th on back went into pit road, so top 9 stayed out. Which isn't really a bad idea, because we only win 8 laps, so. Looks like we still got everybody here on the lead lap so far. So even though we saw last race with the double zero getting turned around, he went a lap down. Mike Stevens will not suffer that fate. He will stay on the lead lap, which is good to hear.
Yeah, overall, I really liked what I saw there. Of course, you know, three ride isn't really going to work in almost any track, so it's understandable. And of course, thankfully, Mike Stevens was the only one with damage and minor damage at that. I'm liking the racing. It definitely looks like we're loose off of turn 2 and in the middle of 3 and 4, so that's something to always watch for. But so far, so good. Brent Miller up there in 4th, shaking things up a little bit. The top 5 is Richard Lafferty, Samuel Close, Tanner Sharp, Brent Miller, and Corey Lindsay.
Looks like we're going to be taking the green this time around. We're going to after this time, we're going to be on lap 11 with 10 laps complete. This will be our first caution of the night, and definitely going to expect some more here tonight. So Richard's going to go, and green flag's going to get back out. Tanner Sharp using all the bottom there.
Oh yeah, Tanner doesn't really use the theory of there's a lot of race left to do. I mean, Tanner is always all out, which sometimes really works, sometimes it bites. It looks like Paul Ross got to the back of Brent Miller. He might be around here. Yes, Paul Ross into the back of Brent Miller. He turns around, takes out Skylar Nitz on the 31, and it looks like Drew Eisenman in the 77.
Well, let's take a look. Oh, wow. Big impact there. And
Dell Owens out of this one, too.
Oh, what a shame.
Yeah, I mean, Paul Ross just bailed into the back of Brent Miller.
Let's take a look on the onboard of our in-race reporter here. See what he saw. Looks like he already had some damage previous to that. Curious to see if last week's winner, he'll make it through, and his team owner, not so much.
Looks like Drew Eisman, he just overcorrected here. That's unfortunate. Yeah, it just looks like Paul Ross got into the back of Brent. Might be a little bit too early for that. I really don't fault Brent Miller. I mean, I'd put that under a racing incident, but a little bit too much of the chrome horn. I'm going to take a few drivers out of this one. Looks like Drew Eisman overcorrected, trying to miss it. He took Dell Owen with him. Skylar got bumped into, I think. That's a shame. Some good cars out here early. Definitely Paul Ross, I think, is a competitor at any track. Same for Drew Eisenman, and Skylar's always a wild card. You never really hear from him until the last lap when he's second place.
And you can see on the front end of Dale Owens' machine, that thing is just about done. No front end on that now, so it's basically going to be a modified for him tonight, should he get back out there. 13 cars left on the lead lap here, with Dale Owen. Looks like he's about to go a lap down, so that'll put 12 cars left on the lead lap. Yep, so Mike Stevens would be 12th, the last one on the lead lap. He's got some fair amount of damage there, but cars still looks to be running pretty good.
Yeah, I think Mike Stevens once again eats his way through that there. Thankfully, as long as you can keep the tow corrected and your engine running on all cylinders, you're normally okay here at a short track like South Boston.
Man, check out Richard Hines. He was one of the guys who had to start in the back, and he's already up in the top 5.
Yes, sir. Richard Lafferty's in first. Brent Miller, Cameron Rich already up to 3rd place. Matt Hackathorn and Richard Hines will wrap up our top 5.
So we're going to get back to racing here. Richard
Looks
Lafferty.
like some of the drivers. I'm sorry, go ahead, Justin.
I was just going to say, Richard Lafferty has led all 16 laps here tonight, as we're about to get back under green.
Sure.
Green is out.
They're off.
Whoa!
I heard Johnny Thomas. Oh.
I don't think Brent was expecting him to check up that much. As he's
right.
just about to
I
get
heard
turned
John
as well, and
yeah, Tanner Sharp into Hines, and he saves it. Very nice.
what a save. That should have been bigger than it was.
Oh, yeah. I'm glad he saved that, because that, I mean, we're in close quarters right now.
Gonna
I
restart
heard
the-
Johnny Thomas on the radio discussing with the drivers, saying he's starting in third gear. So it's definitely noted that a lot of wheel spin here tonight. I'm glad that that's being compensated for.
Oh, look-
Tanner looks to go low on Brent Miller here. For the
Look here, we
fourth
got a
place
battle for
position,
the
if I'm not
lead.
mistaken. Yes, sir, we do.
Richard's gonna lose all his momentum. Here comes Matt Hackathorn to second.
Cameron Rich to the lead. Will he lose it for the rest of the night? Yeah, it looks like Richard's going to go from first to fourth. Matt Hackathorn up into second place. Tanner Sharp.
Oh,
third,
he's gonna
and
get
Brent Miller makes
turned.
contact.
Oh, that's gonna be big.
Oh, that's not good.
Oh,
No.
man.
That's a shame.
That's gonna take out a lot of good cars. Let's take a look. You already got a pretty good look at it, but looks like he just came up just a bit too much on that A car, and wow.
Well, that's that whole group back there. I see Skylar Nissel has a blown engine. Johnny Thomas, blown engine. Sam has a lot of front end damage. Sam Close. The Corey Lindsay's now got a modified.
Let's take a look on the in-car of Skylar here. Looks look like he went head-on into that. Look how far back he was from that wreck as well. Oh, and just nowhere to go. And that is a definite shame for really a lot of guys back there that got involved in that. Corey Lindsay, as you said, has a modified. Skylar Nissel, some damage. Looks like we'll only have just about 8 cars left on the lead lap here after that. Well, I think it just might be a bit too early to get racing here as of right now.
Yeah, I see a couple of people way over. I think Tanner was way too aggressive. I don't think Brent felt very comfortable in that position he was in. Brent's kind of transitioning into iRacing and working on his skill set. It's a shame. Hopefully, nobody. It seems like Cameron Rich, Hackathorn's pretty good. Tanner's all right. I mean, everybody's got a little bit of damage now, so it's really we're not really looking for who doesn't have damage. It's premature at least. Of course, Cameron Rich's car is still clean as a whistle. Cameron Rich first, Matt Hackathorn in second, Tanner Sharp in third, Richard Lafferty in fourth, Mike Skinner in fifth position. The top five all seem to be all right. It's definitely a shame that many cars would be taken out just now, but no doubt that I mean we could have 2 cars on track and put on a good race. Let's see what we can do here.
Alright, so pace car is going to pull in now. And here we go. Cameron Rich is going to jump out to a commanding lead. Richard's going to lose even more positions. I'm not sure what's up with that race car right now, but I don't think he's comfortable.
I lost that clean air, and it's definitely a noticeable difference. Like Tanner Sharp, excuse me, Matt Hackathorn are side by side. Like Tanner Sharp will take that position. Better watch out for Tanner tonight. He's very good at these short tracks. He said it himself time and time again. He feel like he's lost a little bit of his edge now that we've gone to a Gen 6 and we've kind of strayed away from the short tracks all season long, and kind of seemed down in spirits. Really hasn't been, the up front, first place, winning every race kind of guy we've known him to be in the early iRacing seasons. But I wouldn't count him out tonight. Cameron Rich, you never really can count him out. But Tanner Sharp doesn't really want to roll over.
I'll tell you what,
Let's see what he can do.
Tanner's gaining on him.
Oh, yeah.
That gap is closing quickly.
Looks like Cameron does have some left rear quarter panel damage, but like I said, that's pretty much doesn't mean a thing. Looks like everybody has a little bit of damage, so we kind of equal the playing field. Yeah, I like Tanner's line a lot more. Oh yeah, Tanner's good. Yeah, this will be Tanner's lead before long. I know Cameron's real good at adapting, but he's also real good at give and takes. Let's see what Cameron chooses to do. I think one of Tanner's biggest pitfalls is his sometimes he can't piece together a full race, so let's hope he's patient here and realize, we're lap 34 out of 150.
Oh, just kisses the wall just a tad there, as you heard.
Oh yeah, we'll have to repaint it, no big deal, we'll be fine.
See Cameron just using all of the apron down there. The yellow
Yeah, I
line
think
here
it's
is not
gonna be
out of
smart.
bounds.
Yeah, it looks like Tanner, it seems to be running out of racetrack as he exits and had to slow down his corner exit. I think Cameron's got the right idea here. Like I said, Cameron's really good. He had a little bit of wiggle there, but he's really good at adapting. As you can see, Tanner's pulled him in and changed up his line just subtly so get a better exit. And Tanner's not really pulled him in like he was. Like I said, hopefully, that didn't get to Tanner's head and do anything silly. So far, so good.
Looks like that gap is creasing now. Oh,
Yep.
Maybe not. Yeah, there you go.
Or maybe just a bad corner exit, no big deal.
It definitely does look like Cameron's getting much looser off corner or corner exit.
Oh yeah, for sure. But he doesn't seem to be avoiding the wall. It seems Tanner is. And letting his cars do his thing, and it's definitely working. I think Cameron, he's definitely being easier on the tires. Kind of weird being up in the commentating seat during one of these 3-ride racing cup races.
Yes. We were actually eligible tonight, but we chose to be up here with you, calling the action.
Hey, little shout out to Justin and Race. We could have been racing, but nah, we're here to provide y'all some entertainment. No problem.
Speaking of racing, it looks like the battle for 6th is kind of heating up. I've been kind of watching the gap there between Mike Stevens and Richard Hines.
Oh, Richard Lafferty has spun into the wall. Looks like that's the end of his night.
He's actually stuck. Well, he was stuck in the wall. Let's take a look at what happened here.
Yep.
I'm assuming just loose off a corner.
Yes, sir. That is correct.
Yep.
Like
Wow.
Richard just got loose and drove it down to the wall.
That wall just sucked him in.
I think if after Richard lost that clean air, was definitely not liking how his car was performing. He really dropped like a rock, unfortunately. Too bad the night has to end that way.
Now, I'm not quite sure
See
how. Go ahead.
if Tanner gets some new tires, because I know, of course, he had to race his way through, I think, 2 positions, maybe just 1, just to get up to 2nd spot, and then pull in Cameron, whereas Cameron just held a steady pace. So maybe when new tires, Tanner can show a little bit more of what he's got.
I think Cameron may have gotten a speeding penalty here. He's letting everybody by.
Whoops.
Oh, and how about this? New 3rd place, Mike Stevens, who brought out the first caution earlier. He's now up to 3rd, so how about that? So,
Yeah, it's either a I caught some of the radio transmission. It's either speeding with penalty or an unsafe pit entrance, or I'm not really sure.
He may have
He said-
exited wrong. I'm not quite sure. The pit roads here are kind of weird, so.
Tanner
Oh.
Sharp will assume the lead. Mike
Yep.
Skinner 2nd place. Stevens up to 3rd. Hackathorn up to 4th and 5th place. Richard Hines, our transfer 2nd place from earlier in the evening. See what Tanner's got. See what Mike Skinner's got. I mean, really, and Hackathorn keeps that thing off the wall. And Stevens, I mean,
Yeah.
Mike Stevens up to 3rd place, not bad.
This basically puts a whole new picture besides Tanner Sharp. This is a whole new ball game in terms of people who are up front. Cameron Rich is
Looks
gonna
like Tanner.
get back to 6th here.
Sorry, it looks like Tanner. Stevens knows he'll be restarting in 3rd gear, so for sure, looks like everybody's got the right idea after seeing what happened earlier this evening.
And we're green. Currently lap 48 at 150 here, so just about a third of the way done. Looks like Matt is going to lose third place. Oh. It's getting close. He's going to lose a bunch of positions now. Well, maybe not. Wow. It's a power move by Matt Hackathorn to reclaim the third spot.
Yeah, not bad at all.
And now
We
Mike...
got 100 laps to go. I mean, we've already clicked off 50 laps. You know, you could say 150 to go, but how many... I'm more like, how many miles is that really at South Boston?
Tell you what,
Cameron Rich already up to
Yeah.
fourth place.
That penalty isn't slowing him down at all.
No, sir. See how long it takes him. He's kind of in the same position Tanner was in. Fast car, but he's got to race his way around people. I know Hackathorn and Skinner are not going to just roll over. He's way on the apron there.
Yeah. Looked like he was about to run into the pit wall there. Well, he's showing right now.
Want to try the high side? Or no, Hackathorn's going to take it low on Mike Skinner,
Oh,
and it gets into
oh no!
the wall.
And there goes Hackathorn around. Maybe. No! What a save!
What a save! I mean, that was impressive. I mean,
yeah, let's
Skinner could see the 88 on the side of his car.
Let's go take
Very
a look
impressive.
at that. You can see the 88 putting the 15 into the wall, but watch the save. That's dirt tracking it.
You know, on my screen, a little bit of netcode between
Yeah.
Skinner and Hackathorn. Did you
Yeah.
see that as well?
Yeah, I think that was just netcode, but
Yeah, which is a shame. Yeah, I don't think he would have even gotten into him had there been no netcode there. It's a shame that it happened. It looks like they're side by side.
yeah.
Sam Close got around them for third place. Once again, someone you can never count out.
looks like the 15 is going to pull down pit road. Obviously, some suspension issues there, as I assumed.
Oh yeah, he whacked it. I mean, he hit the wall very, very hard.
Cameron Rich has now claimed second spot again, but he has to chase down Tanner Sharp, who is 1.7 seconds ahead. The gap is closing. So.
Yeah, a lot of Cameron Rich's success is he's fast, but he's also easy on those tires. And as we've noticed, ever since they updated the tire model, these things actually do wear off now. And a lot of drivers, including myself, have had a real hard time compensating for that because you used to be able to go, you know, balls out for the whole run, and now it's I mean, you really have to kind of piece together a whole run. You have to be quick, yet efficient with your tire wear. And Cameron Rich seems to have that formula down packed.
Saw Johnny Thomas go a lap down there. That'll leave
Also-
about 6 cars left on the lead lap.
Sir. Also, I don't think balls out is a phrase. I think I meant balls to the wall, Justin.
Yeah, that sounds better. Balls out kind of sounds a bit weird.
Sometimes, you know, you gotta take your balls out. Talking about, you know what I'm saying.
So the gap is now about 0.8 of a second. Like Cameron got just a bit loose there off the corner, but it shouldn't impede his progress.
That last time by, Cameron ran a 14.7, Tanner ran a 15 flat. This time, Tanner with a 14.9 and Cameron with a 14.8. So definitely closing that gap. And you know Tanner sees him coming.
Oh!
Cameron very low.
Wow.
What a save.
Oh!
Into the wall.
Oh!
He's still saving that thing.
Wow.
Man, that's impressive. He didn't get the wall too hard. There's a lot of visual damage, but it didn't seem like he got the inside wall too hard. We'll see here. Let's watch his next lap time.
Take a look at... Oh,
Impressive.
he had to work on that thing for basically a whole corner before he could finally get it
Tanner
straightened up
very
there.
loose. Tanner was loose off the exit. He was loose for the whole front stretch, which really isn't that much. Really hard to take that lap time into account, but it looks like Cameron Rich is still inching ever so closer. This time by, Tanner ran a 15.305, Cameron with a 14.986. So yeah, just a matter of a couple of laps as long as we keep the tires moving in the right direction before we see a battle for first position.
Gap's now about 4/10 of a second. And closing.
Tanner's using a lot. He's leaving a lot at the bottom lane open. You think you note. I mean, Cameron is using that apron, and he's using it very well. I would definitely take that into account if I were racing, but it looks like Tanner's pretty much sticking with his line.
One more thing you're going to have to take into account is they're about to run into some lap traffic here.
So it looks like Cameron peaked the outside.
He's going to try and cross under.
Oh, Tanner's not going to give it up.
Yeah, he's not taking, or
I mean,
he's
just
not letting
a
that
moment
bottom
ago
open.
we said, oh yeah, just a moment ago, we said,
Yeah.
Cameron,
Oh.
just kissed the wall there. But like just a moment ago, I said we're on lap 50. We're now already on lap 70. So, it's never really too early to get to racing at South Boston. I mean, the laps click off so quickly. I mean, 15 seconds a lap. This race will be over before you know it.
You can see those.
Looks like-
the tires are really starting to wear because these guys are struggling just to hang on to the cars right now.
Oh yeah, it looks like Tanner Sharp has smartly started to use the apron up a little bit, kind of take Cameron's lane away from him, but I don't think it's...
Oh!
Oh yeah, Tanner gets very loose there. Cameron shoots right to the lead.
I don't think it's over yet, though.
Oh, I think you're correct. Let's see.
Side by side
Tanner's
into
not gonna give
3.
it up.
He's going to try and pull up. Not going to make it. Now he's going to clear him, but he's not
Yeah,
going to leave
Tanner
that
will
bottom
clear
open.
him here. Cameron touched the wall ever so slightly. Of course, as you can see, it didn't really affect anything. Tanner Sharp will definitely clear him now. Yeah, Cameron into the wall yet again. I mean, that's going to eventually add up. You be very careful of that. All right, so it looks like Tanner will take back over the line. He wants to run Cameron back to the bottom right behind Tanner Sharp. Cameron kissed the wall yet again. I mean, just barely.
Oh, looks like the
Cameron
bumpers are going to start getting into
more.
play here.
Tanner's a short track driver, and this is where he excels, man. That's not going to work. And I know Cameron, he's a very, that's way too much bottom for Tanner to leave open. Will these guys have to pit again? I mean, do you know the fuel window tonight?
I do not. I did not ask about. I don't think anybody really made a fuel run because I think they probably assumed that we get a caution before we made a green flag pit stop. But
Man, Cameron had the bottom lane there, but Tanner very, very good on getting back to the bottom. A little bit too low there, but some lap traffic is about to come into play. 2 cars with some pretty decent damage as well. And with a big run, almost catches Brent Miller. Wow. So yeah, the lap traffic definitely into play here.
but he's already back at it.
Amazing. So let's see. How does Mike Stevens come into play this one? I'm saying he's probably going to... No, Mike Stevens going to... Yeah, he'll be the mid lane here for Tanner. Cameron Rich? Oh, no. He thought about it.
Yeah, he thought
about going low. Glad he did. All right. Tanner's got a little bit of a gap, but it didn't matter. Like, a gap really here with Cameron behind you doesn't seem to matter. If Cameron makes a mistake, he capitalizes on it. The next turn is right back on your bumper.
82 laps here in the books tonight at a 150.
Yes, sir.
Again, it just clicks off so quickly.
It seems like just a minute ago I said 70, now we're 82. Like, Tanner's kind of smart in his lineup. See, he's not giving him so much of the bottom lane, but it looks like he tried the apron out and it really didn't seem to work for him. But he has moved his car down. He's definitely running a different lane. I think it's definitely benefiting him.
Well, you said earlier that Cameron is very good at conserving his tires. May he could have used them all up here, do you think?
Yeah, no doubt. He's very, very... this is very aggressive racing we're seeing right here, so...
I think this is the most aggressive racing we've seen him race all season.
I think you're right. Normally, if Cameron gets to the lead, he takes off and there's no competition. But right here, Tanner's not going to roll over for him, so we're kind of seeing a different side of Cameron, and it's a very exciting one.
And I don't blame him. I was going to say it's
yeah.
for $1 million, but really it's only for 30. But still, it's a non-points race, and you got nothing to lose. On
It's
the
$1
outside,
million simulation dollars.
Grace, we were talking earlier about people not using the high side. Well, we're getting some high side usage here tonight.
Yeah. Like Tanner kind of forced him to go a little bit higher than I think Cameron wanted to. Tanner, I think Cameron's got the faster car, but Tanner's racing pretty smart here. I mean, we've seen Cameron get to the high side once before, but that was with lap traffic. Looks to have a bit of a clear track for now. Of course, any small track like this. Oh! Did he get hit into him there? Was a little bit of neck code there. I don't think I saw anything on my screen, but
I didn't see anything either.
I don't know, because I saw there was a reaction. It could have been Cameron just avoiding him.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh, and he chops the nose. I'll see. This is going to start getting tested. Now, I know Cameron. He's definitely not going to dump anybody. At least I don't think. Like I said, we never really see this competition around Cameron Rich. He's won 2 out of however many. He missed the first 2 races. He's won 2 or 3, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh.
Really loose there, but still gets a great corner exit.
Just so on edge here.
Tires are really. Oh, they're door to door, literally. It looks like we'll see. Oh, that good run by Tanner off the corner. But Cameron's gonna get that high side run.
He's not gonna clear him though.
No sir. Wow. Side by side racing at South Boston. How impressive is this?
And they've been side by side really ever since maybe lap 60.
Yeah. Cameron Ridge is real high now. He's really making a high side work. Very impressive.
And he's
going
to
to
clear him.
Tanner.
Oh,
no,
maybe not.
not.
Tanner's not going to give it up easily.
Back to the bottom. Tanner's not getting to use all the track he wants to. Right here. Oh, Tanner gets a great run and clears.
Oh, he's tried to take the line away.
Oh, no.
Tanner wasn't going to let that happen, but I think that slowed up Tanner's momentum.
I think you're right. I think he made a block and really screwed himself up, but he can make it work in the bottom. We've seen him do it. I don't know, though. Yeah, look at that. Another great run.
The high side just
Cameron's
has so much momentum, but it's not enough.
And Tanner will clear Cameron Ridge. Wow.
But for how long?
And Cameron's
Here we go again.
There is no clearing until this race is over. Are you kidding me? They have been side by side for almost 30 laps now. Insane. And this is damn good racing. I mean, as a commentator and as a fan, as a racer of this league, this is immensely entertaining.
Oh, no!
Tanner, no!
Oh, no!
Tanner loses it and blows the engine as well.
Oh, man.
No. No.
Oh.
God, that sucks. Man, what a bummer. I'll tell you one thing, though. Tanner has nothing to be ashamed of. That was, I mean, let's be honest. Me and Justin drive in the 3-wide racing league. Cameron has come in, and he's the fastest guy in our league. He's got a 4K I rating. Nobody wants to see you win every single race, and I think Cameron has really helped a lot of drivers stepped up their competition. I noticed Tanner, Sam, myself, Corey, Paul. I mean, like everybody has stepped up because of Cameron. And, I mean, Tanner really stepped up tonight, and I mean, what a great performance. I'm really glad, man. I mean, I'm like worn out. We still have 50 laps to go. That was intense.
Well, we're gonna catch our breaths here as caution's out. We're gonna take this time to catch a quick break here, and hopefully you can catch your breath as well. So
yeah, I know. I need a ventilator.
Yeah, we'll be back. You won't miss anything. Welcome back to South Boston for the South Boston Showdown, excuse me. We're about 100 laps or 101 laps down with about 150. You can see the race recap there. About 5 cautions, 24 caution laps, and we've had 11 lead changes here. And if you're just tuning in, you missed just about the best battle I think 3-Wide Racing has ever seen.
Yes, so we're going back to green here. Cameron Ridge with a big jump. Matt Hackathorn in second position. I mean, Cameron Ridge and Tanner Sharp were side by side at South Boston in the Gen 6 cars for nearly 40 laps. It was some of the most impressive, competitive, and just all-around great racing I've ever seen in iRacing and in racing, period. I'm very, very happy that got to happen in our league in 3-Wide Racing. Man, I don't know if I think Cameron's only competition might be out of the race. I know Sam's back there, but Sam has very heavy nose damage from the earlier crash. So I think Cameron can probably walk away with this, but Tanner really doesn't have anything.
I wouldn't count it out just yet. I think Sam may be able to salvage something with that nose damage, but we'll have to see here. He's moved into third position as we've only got 4 cars left on the lead lap. Looks very similar to what we saw here earlier tonight with the heat race. Sam's going to get by the 63 of Mike Stevens there. Matt Hackathorn is currently in second. The gap from him to Cameron Rich is about 1.6. It's kind of been decreasing, but I think it may have been a bad corner there.
Yeah, see, this time by Cameron runs a 14.7. Hackathorn's going to run a 14.8, and Sam Close with a 14.9. So it looks like everybody's just kind of inch away from each other if we keep this pace up.
Yep, so unless we have another caution here, doesn't look like we're going to get too much more racing here tonight. Or at least side by side from what we saw.
Yeah. I'm about worn out from that. That was intense.
I need a nap.
That time by Cameron, a 14.9, so did Matt Hackathorn. But Cameron's pretty loose. I know he got the wall multiple times. I don't think it's going to hurt anything. I think it might have been just a bad lap. Yeah, this time by he went to 14.7, so just a bad lap there, it looks like.
The gap has increased to about 2.2 seconds, no 2.4. See the heavy nose damage the 88 has. And Sam is slowly but surely closing in on the 88th here, so won't be too long. Trying to take a look at some of the battles we got going on back here. Look like Richard Hines and Mike Stevens were going at it for a bit, but the battle is settled down now.
Yes, sir. Richard Hines, he sits 4th position. On the lead lap. He's the last car on the lead lap. But unfortunately is 6 seconds behind our leader. But not too bad to have to race your way in and currently be competing for a top 5 on the lead lap.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, of course, you know, the only prize you get out of this is first position. But once again, from like a moral standpoint and moving forward, definitely something to be proud of.
Cameron Rich just about has a 4-second lead here. 3.8 is the gap. Sam Close again, slowly but surely closing in on Matt Hackathorn. Just kind of realized now that the whole inside of Samuel Close's car is lime green. That's kind of a cool color.
Yeah, if we're seeing the same paint scheme, because we always know trading paints can be kind of... Oh yeah, I'm seeing the same... I love his trucking 5 machine. It's probably the favorite paint scheme that he runs. He runs an awful lot of them. Really enjoyed that one. I think it's painted by Paul Ross, if I'm not mistaken.
How about that?
I know Paul Ross does a lot of the 3OG racing schemes. That could be one of them. And if it is, hey, Paul, good job.
This is really the best battle we have on track as of right now. So, again, Cameron Rich really has no more competition with everyone being heavily damaged. So,
looks like Sam is actually inching towards Hackathorn. I guess the most Sam could hope for is to get that second place position and then just hope for a caution, which of course is never out of the cards at South Boston, but there really is no close racing at the moment for a racing incident to happen. It's going to be somebody getting looser into the wall for something like that. But of course, you know, I mean, Cameron Ridge is the quickest. I mean, he deserves to win it.
And,
We shall see.
Quickly now, clicking off the laps. 28 laps to go, so it was a relatively short race with how short the track was. So
Overall, I mean, some great races tonight. You know, it took us a while to get the.
oh, there we go. There's the caution. Mike Stevens. Wow, what a inconvenient time to switch to him.
And that changes everything.
Right when we switched to him too.
Yeah, it looks like he just got too much apron. I don't know if he was been running that line all night, but maybe he tried it out, and that car was not prepared.
Well, there was the caution Samuel might have been hoping for, but I don't think he has the speed, really, from what we saw on that last run, to catch up with him. Cameron Rich, that is. Whoa! Matt Hackathorn just spun under caution and hits the inside wall.
Wow, that's unfortunate. Under caution.
He's going to pull it right down pit road. Race two.
Yeah, I mean, just, I guess, was he at speed and just got on the brakes? I mean, what has happened here?
Not quite sure. Race, can you check the sky real quick? See if the moon is full?
It looks like, it looks like Sam, okay, so Sam Close, Cameron Rich are pitting in. I'm not sure what happened to Hackathorn. The only thing I can think of is he was gearing down to go into pit road and might have gone from fourth to first, or, you know, something like that. That's a shame to ruin a great run like that.
I have to imagine he probably just shifted maybe from third to first or something. Because cars don't just spin out like that.
Car, and I'll let you know. They focus on our first, second position. Let's see what happened over here.
Well, yeah, it's basically going to hand second place over to Samuel Close, so don't think he has anything for Cameron, but we'll have to see here.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. You hear the clutch go in, the gear change, and he spins out. So I'm assuming he just went from fourth to third, or maybe he tried. I don't know. He changed gears and it spun, which is unfortunate because he's had a really good run. Looks like after all that's happened, it's now Cameron Rich and Sam Close side by side for $30.
Yes,
and
sir.
of course,
And
the bragging rights amongst all of our thru-ride racing colleagues.
Yes, gonna be probably around 20 laps to go here when we get going green. Maybe 19. I think we just got the one to go here. Yes, we did. So only 4 cars left on the lead lap. Fifth is 2 laps down. That would be Mike Stevens in fifth. So.
Yes, sir. We still remain the top 4 on this lead lap. Richard Hines there in third place. Who's to say Cameron and Sam don't get caught in something, and then our second place from the transfer race goes on to win it. See what happens. We're about to go green here, and we are green.
Yeah, Cameron
Rich gets that great start again.
The restart advantage really helped him there, but
yeah, I think I could win him this race. I know Sam's got a lot of front end damage. I'm not sure how much that's affecting him. I don't know if he's down with power, because that was a big hit from earlier. Watch their lap time to see how that goes.
I wouldn't hand it over to Cameron yet. Last time around, I heard him get just a bit loose, so.
That time by Samuel Close ran a 14.597. Cameron Rich with a 14.3.
Well, that might be
again another 14.3.
Might be all she wrote here tonight.
I think you are right. I just think even with the caution. You know, Cameron, it's very aggressive on his restarts. That's personally how I like to do it. You know, you never know when it's coming, and all of a sudden you've got a second lead. But all things considered, I mean, Sam to battle back with adversity, I mean, because he was deep in the field after that wreck, and a lot of damage to be up here and his second place position. And then, of course, Matt Hackathorn, once again, even after what just happened, he's still third place. And then Richard Hines, one of the transfer guys, up here running for fourth place on the lead lap. Brent Miller is 22 laps down, but is sixth place. Of course, you know, with a race that only, I mean, if you win, that's the only real prize you're going to get out of this. There's no points or anything of that matter. I mean, if you're out, there's really no point in limping a broken race car around, but I think Brent Miller thinks otherwise. Or at least he did. I think he's now going laps down.
The best battle on track right now is for second now. Samuel Close couldn't do anything with Cameron Rich.
And Hines is right there. I mean, we're about to have a three-way battle for second.
Oh.
We pretty much hand this one to Cameron Rich at this point. Matt Hackathorn to the bottom.
Sam tried to cut the nose off the 88, but didn't quite work. And here goes the 88 on the inside.
I don't think I can handle side-by-side racing for 30 laps again.
Oh,
And Hackathorn clears him. Barely. Almost takes the nose off.
remember, second
Rich
doesn't
Hines
pay
got
anything,
four.
boys. These are the last three cars left on the lead lap, so with the leader being
I think
4
at this
seconds in
point,
front.
We're just battling. I think you're right. I think at this point, you know, with Cameron pretty much decided to win it, it's like, you know, who's going to take second place. Maybe we're out here just having fun now. It looks like Sam Close is back on the bottom under Hackathorn, but I think Hackathorn is, I think Sam might be down on power. I don't know. He took a real heavy hit to the nose earlier. But I don't think that aero damage would affect him that much. We all know how skilled of a driver Sam is. I'm not sure if he's still racing in his sling. As we all know, Sam has been racing with one arm. And without a doubt, that's going to take a toll here at South Boston. I mean, a lot of cranking the wheel, and you can see how loose the car is. A lot of yanking that thing back and forth. You got to really be a wheel man, and sometimes it's going to put a lot of pressure on just one arm, whereas you would normally have two or four. You know, maybe nuclear accident. Whoops.
Well, he's gonna lose second position there. Might lose third here.
Yeah, it looks like Hackathorn's going to confidently take second position. Let's see what Richard Hines is going to do here.
Oh, Matt
Hackathorn
Hackathorn
into the
just
wall.
pounded the
Into the
wall,
wall.
and they're
Sam, and he
both.
gets into
Oh
him, he
no!
gets him. And
Is he gonna
Hackathorn
save the
saves
kid?
it.
He is.
Hackathorn once again.
Holy
The
cow!
iRacing Tokyo Drift.
How
Saves it
in the
again.
world?
That's amazing.
Let's take
I'll tell you
another
one
look
thing,
at that.
Hackathorn. Wow.
Hackathorn getting all the
man,
screen time tonight.
He's crazy, showing off the drifting skills tonight. Too bad that he had to lose that position, but wow.
Wow, indeed. Well, that's going to leave the battle for second between Samuel Close and Richard Hines, and we only have about 3 laps to go, so... Again,
What a
we know the
save.
winner. Now we're just racing for second.
I think it's anything to get too worked about. I mean, I think first place is pretty much decided, so at this point we're just having some fun, I'd say.
Yes,
Like
sir.
Sam Close has changed up his line a little bit. Looks to be benefiting him. I think Richard Hines is getting to the corner a bit too aggressive.
And the white flag out for Cameron Rich. Wouldn't say it was a dominating performance tonight. He had to work through some...
No.
Oh, he hit the wall just a bit there, but he's got about
All
10
good.
seconds on it, so... Cameron Rich, your winner here for the South Boston Showdown. Second place
Richard
going to be
Hines.
decided here.
Yeah, it looks like Richard Hines tried it just a little bit. Thought better of it. Sam Close takes second place. Richard Hines from the transfer race finishes third place.
Well, how about
And Matt finishes fourth. Sam on the radio apologizing. I don't think there should be any hard feelings over that. What a race. I mean, what a great
Yeah,
race.
what a
I mean,
race.
of course, we have some battered and beaten cars, but I mean, that was entertaining. That wasn't like, I'm not in here doing it. Didn't, that was like a very entertaining thing to spectate, to watch. That was great racing. Too bad Tanner had to the race like that. You know, what could have been. But Tanner can definitely take that as a small moral victory and move forward.
Yes, sir. So, while the 17 does his victory burnouts, we're going to take this time to take a quick break, sort everything out, and we'll be right back as, just barely misses the wall there in his burnouts. So we'll be right
Kind of hard
back.
to do a burnout here in South Boston. Not a lot of room.
Yes, sir. So we'll be right back. Welcome back to South Boston for the South Boston Showdown here for the Chesapeake Diecast Series. Non-points race here tonight, 150 laps in the books, and we're going to take a look at where they all ended up after that. So as you saw, Cameron Rich is going to take home the $30 here tonight. With first, Samuel Close going to finish second. Richard Hines is going to finish up third after transferring in a unpredictable way here earlier tonight. And Mac Hackathorn is going to finish fourth, and that'll be the end of the lead lap cars here, with Mike Stevens finishing fifth, and Race has got the 5th through 10th.
Yes, sir. Looks like Brent Miller is going to finish 6th place, 38 laps down. Tanner Sharp unfortunately finishes 7th place, what could have been. Johnny Thomas, 8th place. Michael Skinner, 9th place. And Richard Lafferty will wrap up our top 10.
11th is going to be Corey Lindsay. Skylar Nissel is going to be 12th. Paul Ross is going to be 13th. Dale Owen, 14th. Drew Eisman, 15th. And Nathan Young is going to finish out 16th. 16-car field here tonight. But
overall, what a race.
Yes, at the end of it all, Cameron Rich is going to take home the $30 and win yet another race, man. You got to stop winning. But what a race for you. Definitely wasn't a cakewalk as you had a battle with Tanner there. Just walk us through the whole race, because it was definitely an interesting one here.
From what it seemed to me, it looked like wreck. Well, maybe not like that, but I mean, there was a lot of wreck cars at the end, and I feel like that's pretty much the reason why I won, is because I think I was the only car that actually looked like a race car anymore.
Yeah, just about close to it. Sam had a bit of nose damage, but I think he had some engine damage as well. So, short track racing is going to produce that kind of carnage, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm disappointed that Tanner had his issues, because we were having an incredible battle there, and it was clean. We didn't make contact one time, and just good hard short track racing. It's one of the reasons why I love racing here, because you can get something like that. You can get good, hard, clean racing without getting dumped or just somebody slamming into you, and it's a breath of fresh air from some other things I've had.
Brace?
Yes, sir. It was that was a very, very interesting race. That was crazy. I mean, me and Justin were up in here just screaming. That was a great race, Cameron. About time of you winning and everything. No, I'm just kidding. Great race, man. Looking forward to get back on track next week and then showing you a thing or two.
Yeah. Actually never ran Kansas with the A car, so we'll see how that goes, and hopefully we can have another race like we had tonight. I know it's a highline track, and maybe it'll do something.
Sure. Well, thanks for coming here and talking to us. Good race, man. I can't wait to get back on track with you next week.
Thank you. Can't wait to race you either.
All right, man. Love you.
So
you guys are racing.
Hello, Sam.
Next
Hey,
up,
what's up?
Listen, sorry to interrupt the great conversation you were having, but how about Sam over here? All the hell you went through tonight, and you still busted out a second place position. Sam, how'd you do it?
Just attrition, and it's short track racing, so you got to be able to take some bumps and bruises and keep going. I had about 4.5 minutes of damage after that incident, and it slowed me down a bunch. I kind of wish I had something to go run up there with Cam and Tanner with, because that looked like a lot of fun, but I just didn't have it. I tried to get it fixed, but just persistence and hanging on.
Yeah, that was an interesting one for sure. The race between Tanner and Cameron was pretty intense. I thought, once you had gotten up there, maybe you'd inch into that race. But did you have engine damage, or was the car just really damaged from that front end contact early in the race?
Yeah, there was definitely a little bit of engine damage. I was down some horsepower, and it really didn't churn like it did, at the start of the race, which is, to be expected. I was having a hard time rotating the middle and just trying to get it down, and so I can get the run off. But it is what it is. So just fought and fought.
Yes, sir. Well, hey, good performance by you tonight. I mean, after everything that happened, you still pull off a second place. Look forward to getting back on track with you next weekend, Sam.
Yeah, thanks for broadcasting, guys.
No problem, buddy. Thank you.
All right, and next up is one of the transfer guys who transferred earlier here tonight, and who would have thought you would have finished third here, Richard? Talk us through that race because it was definitely crazy from up here in the booth.
Oh yeah, I felt like a pinball at the first of the race. It seemed like every caution I was getting hit one way or the other.
Yeah, the rear of the car didn't look too good, but it doesn't really matter how the car looks when you get a podium finish here.
Oh no, it felt great. After the last probably 3 weeks I've had, it seemed like I'd get in a crash or in somebody else's crash and couldn't finish a race except for about 40 laps down.
Yes, sir. Race, you got something?
No, sir. Just congratulations on a third place finish. Coming from a dramatic transfer race, and then you finished third in the feature. Very nice, Richard, and I look forward to getting back on track with you next weekend.
Thanks, guys. We'll see you next week.
Yes, sir. Take care.
All right, and with that, that's going to finish up our duties here for tonight. Thank you all for watching, and thank you for 3 Wide Racing for letting us host here tonight. Our next race is going to be the B race. Not quite sure where that's actually going to be at yet, but we'll let you know here on Twitter when that comes up. Again, thank you, 3 Wide Racing. I just said that, but I want to really thank them for letting us put on this race. Both the heat race and the main all-star race. It's been a pleasure of ours. It's been really fun. And again, we'll see you next B race. For Race Clark, I'm Justin Kolb. Thanks for watching tonight, guys.
Peace out, Girl Scouts.